Hi everyone! I would like to first introduce myself. I am Sir Cedric Joseph Mandap and I would be one of your professors in BS Psychology here in Malian Colleges, Mindanao. So I would give you an orientation, a glimpse of what will be the possible jobs, the career that you can take after you finish your degree in BS Psychology or Bachelor of Science in Psychology. So I would like to start this orientation by this quote by Scott Barry Kaufman. Every person on this earth is full of great possibilities that can be realized through imagination, effort, and perseverance. So it means that every one of us has a lot of opportunities. We could go beyond to what is expected from us. It's like life offers us full of possibilities. Okay, and I believe we should be open to that. What is a BS Psychology course or Bachelor of Science in Psychology? So, in this course, you will engage yourself to careers in arts and scientific fields, like for public and private healthcare, education in schools and universities, mental health support if you want to work in a clinical facility, social work in the government, or if you want to help people or children or adolescents, like for example, children in conflict with the law, okay, or those children who experience abuse. Therapy and counseling for those people who want to seek prior guidance in their life or in their career, whatsoever. So, you will also gain knowledge of human behavior in their daily lives. So, every one of us, we move across life, different stages, we experience different things, and sometimes our life can sometimes become complicated and we can understand our feeling or our emotion or what we're thinking right now. So basically, the course can give you prior guidance to your personal life as well as to other lives. Excellent research and analytical skills. So the course can also give you, or that could enhance your ability to become a better communicator and to master the art of conflict resolution. Okay, so basically, you will engage to people, you will see them, you will observe them, okay, you will try to analyze their behavior, the causes or the risk of what will their actions turn out to be. A degree in BS psychology not only opens the door to the possibility of becoming a psychologist, okay, take note of this, but it also lays groundwork for a number of other career options, like, for example, human resource. So, for BS psychology, they are also in demand when it comes to the human resource department. So, if you want to work there, a BSI course is a good option for you. It will also provide training to a number of skills which can be applied to many occupations and discipline. Like, for instance, if you will conduct a team building activity, so a BS Psych major is a very good option for that because there are courses wherein he or she can really develop his skills in managing teams or in giving motivation. So I considered a BSI course to be relevant, flexible, and multifaceted. Okay. Relevant because during this time of the pandemic, everyone seems to struggle a lot. People are experiencing anxiety, depression, sadness, hopelessness, and other mental struggles. Also flexible because BSI student or professional can go to different career fields dependent to what he or she prefers. Like if he wants to go into training and recruitment, if he wants to proceed towards the academy, becoming a college professor or a teacher, or he could also work in a corporate managing field dependent to what he or she prefers or likes. Here are the career options of BS Psychology that I have listed down for myself, which I know or I discovered throughout my journey in this field. So, after you graduate from BS Psych, you could take the board exam for psychometrician for you to become a registered psychometrician. So, the work of a psychometrician, they try to give test and try to analyze this test and interpret them, and of course applying ethical guidelines and considerations. So psychometricians also has uh, a very clear background when it comes to human behavior, because the subjects there are really psychology subjects or courses. Case managers. So the case managers may work on psychiatric, medical, rehabilitation, NGOs, or government facilities. So they could work towards cases of different people having mental illnesses like generalized anxiety disorder, schizophrenia, or clinical depression, dependent to the case of the person. So psychologists can go into specific fields like for clinical, forensic, school, and industrial. So I just have research, and in PAP, or Psychological Association of the Philippines, they have these certifications that on which psychologists can apply dependent to his or her preferred field. So it's like a specialization certificate that he could or she could have after he becomes a licensed psychologist. Educators and teachers. So psychologists or people who are psych majors, they could teach in the senior high school department, like for social sciences courses like personal development, and in college like understanding the self and other philosophy subjects or social sciences courses and humanities courses. They could teach a wide range of subjects and fields. Human resource officer. So as what I mentioned, another interesting field in a BSI course is they could work in human resource departments as recruitment agent or as a training officer, dependent to the needs of the company. Social work specialist and social service specialist. So in a BSI course, they could also work in social work environment like in the government, helping children who are being abused or adolescents who are in conflict with the law. Guidance facilitator and advocate. To be honest with you guys, this is my first job after I graduate from my undergraduate course. So I worked as a guidance facilitator for 2 years, and it is a wonderful experience. You will really discover a lot of things, not only to your students but also to yourself. And it really helps you a lot, your personal growth and development as a professional. Guidance counselor. So you could also take the RGO, our registered guidance counselor, after you finished your master's in guidance and counseling. You could take the board exam to become a registered guidance counselor. So they are in charge in the guidance facility of every school and institution. So a counselor is not only limited to school, they could also practice, or they could also have a private practice. Like for instance, they could have career counseling, marriage counseling, couples counseling, relationship counseling, family counseling, a lot of fields dependent to the preference of the person. Writer and researcher. So a very notable skill that a psych major should have is the ability to write and read journals, because as he or she goes by, hindi talaga mawawala ang research sa field na to. So it's very important for one to really have that skill, not just a talent, but I believe writing is a skill and it can be developed across time. So one should be hardworking and perseverant when it comes to research writing. Also to explore interest of research topics, kung ano yung gusto niyang mga topics, like it could be in educational psychology or in metacognition, dependent to what he or she prefers. Graduate school studies. Right after you finish your undergraduate course, he or she could immediately proceed to graduate school studies, like proceeding to master's degree. After a master's degree, he could proceed to a doctorate degree. Another thing is a preparatory course for medical or law school. So, since Bachelor of Science has a lot of science courses, math and science courses. Basically, this is a good option when one will proceed to med school or law school. Benefits of a BS psychology program are the following: people skills. So, in a BS psych program, you will really learn a lot of things about other people, their personality, and their behavior. Introduce important concepts and tools, so you will be acquainted to a lot of theories, disciplines, a lot of approaches, a lot of tenets. So you will your 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 view of human behavior will really widen, and you will be equipped with these concepts along your journey into your profession. Building interpersonal skills. So also communication is important if you want to really practice your course. So you wanted to so basically having good interpersonal relationship skills is very very much important. So I would really suggest that to you will really develop this along the way. Okay, you really become open, to become more patient, to become more understanding to different issues and to different problems of people. Necessary skills for BS psychology, so understanding concepts and theories like the diagnostic criteria of the disorders in the DSM, will also be able to familiarize, memorize, and associate different concepts and tenets, and to understand theories, contextualization of knowledge. So it's not enough that you just memorized and know this. It's important that for you to apply this in real life situation or in the actual case of the person. Okay, analysis. So analysis gives you the chance wherein you will find out the reason why it happened, or you will have a deeper lens of viewing situations of what it actually is. Reading. So the course Be a Psych will also allow you, or will also require you to read a lot of books, a lot of text, okay, for you to understand and for you to help yourself as well in learning more about the course, because your teachers will just guide you, okay, and it will quite be impossible that your teacher will teach you everything word by word. So it's your prerogative to do self learning as well. Practice. So practice basically through different simulations like group dynamics and counseling. So you could be able to practice what you learned, the skills, okay, to become a better counselor or a facilitator, and different areas in the course. Evaluation. So in evaluation, you yourself, you will also get acquainted with different tests, personality tests, aptitude tests, um, what else, intelligence test, and so much more. So you will also be able to evaluate your own performance and your own personality, as you will be evaluating the other people's performance and personality and their intelligence. Application. So overall, the main goal of this course is for you to apply what you learn to actual situations, for you to contribute something in the society. So here are the basic courses for the psychology program. So, Introduction to Psychology or General Psychology, this is the first major course that you will take in the program. You will be introduced to the concepts of psychology, of what are those common terms, the common topics that you will be studying. Okay? Afterwards will be developmental psychology, wherein you will discover different milestones of different students, I mean, of different people across their life stages. Theories of personality, you will be acquainted of the different theories, okay, like Sigmund Freud, like Carl Jung, like B.F. Skinner, those theories that become prominent in the field of psychology, since the course of psychology is very young, okay, and still there are theories that have manifested to become popular. Psychological statistics. So in this course, so basically you will be acquainted with the measurement, all right, that's how to analyze the different measurement that you could apply in the course in psychology, like for instance Pearson R correlation, how can you apply it in terms of knowing the relationship, ANOVA, ANCOVA, what are the different forms of measurements, like we have ratio, interval, and so much more. Psychological testing and assessment, basically just like what I've said, the course will allow you or will help you apply different tests and measures towards different people and to yourself. You will discover different tests, like for example, 16PF, um, the differential aptitude test, what else? And also projective test. Okay, so you will explore a lot of things, different testing measures and tools that you could use in the field. Industrial organizational psychology, or this is known as IO psychology. This is the human resource function of the course. Basically, you will introduced to different terms like job description, like team building, like elements of teams, and so much more. Group process, this will help you apply for you to conduct structured learning exercises or activities. So SLE, you will be the facilitator here. It's more of an application course, no? So you will be the one who will facilitate in front of your classmates. Abnormal psychology, this will introduce to you the different mental disorders, their diagnostic criteria, what are the elements for an abnormal behavior to be considered to be an abnormal behavior. Physiological psychology, this refers into the brain, the nervous system. Okay, so how does this nervous system plays an important role to your behavior? Okay, counseling and psychotherapy. So this will introduce you to different basic counseling skills. What are the ethical disciplines, or what are the ethics concerns to counseling people, the confidentiality, and what are the approaches on how you could counsel people. Like for instance, psychoanalytic psychoanalysis, like that. So also Adlerian psychotherapy. You will be exposed to different psychotherapeutic techniques, okay, and approaches. Basically, cognitive psychology, this refers more into learning, metacognition. How will you apply memorization skills to different situations that can aid in your learning and in your education. So social psychology, this will introduce you towards social experiments, like what happened to our society, like the different issues that are happening, and how does people respond to a specific human behavior or action. So I can say that there will be experiments that you will do in this course, wherein you will observe people. Basically, in this course, you will really observe people, what happens when you do this and when you do that, something that is essential to the communities. Filipino psychology, this is known as Psikolohiyang Pilipino, okay, by prominently the father of this is Virgilio Enriquez. So you will be exposed to terms like diwa, kapwa, and so much more. So it's an interesting field of psychology. So the success strategies in the psychology program are, there will be a further advantage is that you will develop strategies for personal growth and success. That this should be a product of your studies if you're paying attention and relating to your studies to personal life. By learning psychology, you're able to build a platform for personal growth and development. You naturally become more aware of your own thoughts and beliefs, how you see yourself, and how these cognitions influence your everyday life. You're therefore better equipped to develop strategies and habits that will lead you towards greater life success. Okay, so I can say that the course will really help you learn more about yourself, okay, and to help other people. It's an helping profession after all. So by helping yourself, you can help other people as well. Diba? How interesting is that? It could also serve as a personal therapy. Therapy also helps with personal and professional development, like raising self-awareness, emotional resilience, and confidence. Through personal therapy, it can also offer a very good form of experiential learning through your life experiences, whereby you can see how these concepts can play in your practice. Okay, so you can be uh, by this benefit, you can get acquainted with counseling skills and psychotherapeutic approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy, solution focus based therapy, and psychodynamic therapy, a lot more. Problem solving skills. So the course can also help you improve studying psychology, the meaning you're able to manage life circumstances and reach personal goals and to achieve success. Conceptual reasoning. If you want to become a better thinker, studying psychology is a good way to do it. Being exposed to scientific principles in psychology helps you think, question, and reason like a scientist. Your analytical and reasoning skills will also be strengthened. Communication skills. So psychology graduates have a good communication skills that can be applied in many situations. You may have an improved sense of how to write a persuasive job application. Okay, and handle a job interview smoothly or effectively. Introduce yourself to a new group of people. So by becoming aware of what could your actions become towards other people, you could be able to reflect in your own and present yourself in a better way. Behavioral training skills. So, learning psychology also offers an advantage as a behavioral trainer, whether you want to train your dog, a child, spouse, or even yourself. So, the students can come to understand how people and animals can learn and unlearn behaviors, including how fears are developed or extinguished. So, these things happen through the processes of conditioning and reinforcement. Memorization techniques. So, psychology courses teach students the process of acquiring and using memory as well as techniques to enhance memory abilities. So, in a degree program, you're likely to have at least one unit where you will learn the neurological basis of memory and ways to consolidate and retrieve memory. I believe this is in the course of cognitive psychology. So here are some of the reviews from people who actually took the course of BS Psychology. According to Dennis Olson, I earned as BS Psychology, and it is absolutely, it helps my daily life. According to Brie Walters, I started studying psychology on a whim and ended up loving it. I got my degree and now I am in a position for opening my own practice with another person. I am very excited for this because I feel like the rewards of this career path will finally start to pay off. I love helping people, and the fact that my social skills have improved and will continue to improve makes it all the more worth it. Okay, so much more for that. I would like to have this quote here by Carl Rogers. Growth occurs when individuals confront problems, struggle to master them, and through that struggle develop new aspects of their skills, capacities, views about life. So don't be afraid to take chances, and you can live those moments or those opportunities you have if you feel that you needed to leave them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our path might change over time. The important thing is you've learned something from it and you strengthen yourself as a professional. Opportunities don't happen, okay? You create them. I hope you're safe there and you're productive. Future Malayan. See you all very soon. Thank you so much for listening in this short orientation. Goodbye, everyone. See you soon.